Hello Hofstra fans and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report. I'm Rachel Vogel here with head softball coach Jay Miller. Following another CAA weekend against Delaware, the Pride went 1-3 this past week with a single game defeat against LIU Brooklyn and a 1-2 series against Delaware. Coach, what are your opening thoughts on this week?
Well, a little frustrating, a lot of close games, and we had a lot of opportunities, to pick up some wins, and we didn't, which is a little frustrating. We're a little banged up, both on the mound as well as in the field. So we got to get people healthy, and we've got to get back where we're competing at a little bit higher level than we did this past week.
Definitely some learning curves throughout the weekend. What do you think your team was able to take away from this week?
Well, every game we play and get under our belt helps our young kids. We've got so many freshmen that we're depending on, especially on the mound, that every game is a learning experience and makes them stronger and better. So it's just a matter of getting innings under the belt, getting at-bats to our hitters, and sort of progressing as we go along, as we get into conference season now.
And opposite from the learning curves, what are some positives that you saw this weekend?
You look at Megan Giordano. I think I had another great week offensively. Casey Collins as well. And we got some production from the bottom of the order. J.C. Roberti, Devin Lasco started swinging the bat with a little more authority. That type of thing will help us. Unfortunately, some of the kids we were counting on and who had been hitting very well struggled. Kristen Hallam's been having problems with her shoulder. She struggled offensively for us this weekend, which she hasn't all year. And so, we had people up in some key situations that weren't able to drive in the runs that they have been all year long. So those are things I think we'll get straightened out, and get back to where we can put a few more runs on the board.
And you mentioned the pitching kind of struggled, especially toward the back half of the weekend. But Madison Burns, she came out with fire in the first game against Delaware with another, her third complete game shutout of the season, season high 8 strikeouts. What was working for her? What pitches were working for her?
Well, really everything was working very good on Saturday. I thought she did a good job of, we had no leadoff runners every inning. She got the leadoff kid out. It makes it a lot easier. She was getting ahead of hitters and was pitching ahead, which obviously makes it a lot easier on the mound and a lot easier for your defense. So I thought she sort of set the tone really well. Unfortunately we couldn't finish it off.
And going back to the offensive side of the ball, you mentioned Megan Giordano had a really big weekend. She's been hitting .533 in CAA action. Heading into a really tough weekend against a nationally ranked James Madison squad, who are you going to continue to look for into that weekend?
Well, you look for your leaders. Courtney Scarpato, Kristen Hallam are the two kids that we rely on to sort of settle people down, show us the way, and provide leadership to a young ball club. So we look for them to step up, and hopefully we'll continue our freshmen. Megan, Casey, Angelina has been swinging the bat a lot better and coming around offensively. J.C. Roberti, those are the type of kids that need to keep hitting well, getting on base, and making some things happen for us.
Not to forget a pretty big non-conference game tomorrow. Stony Brook, very powerful offensive team. Talk about how you think that facing Stony Brook, a very high-powered offensive team, will get you ready for this weekend.
Well, they've been putting a lot of runs on the board, so it should help us prepare for James Madison very well. Give us an opportunity to test our defense, test our pitchers, and get ready for the weekend.
Okay, Coach. So the Pride is back in action tomorrow, as I mentioned, against Stony Brook, and then for 3 games this weekend against James Madison. We will hope for better weather this weekend. No more 7-hour rain delays. But Coach, good luck this weekend. Looking forward to it.
Thanks much.